So I'm starting a little early before 11:11. Hi Jordan. I'm gonna do a vernal equinox blessing this morning. So I'm gonna wait until 11:11 to start. So while it's, hi Maria, good to see you I wonder if you're still in Glastonbury. Very memorable experience with you in Glastonbury, my light language angelic sister. So I'm going to do a vernal equinox blessing today. Share some art and some fun experiences on this beautiful Hidden Hills Lake. Feeding some fire and smoke. Today I'm using copal. So, hey Melissa. Hi Lanier. Hey Rebecca. I'm just kind of waiting for people to come on. I'm going to offer a vernal equinox blessing today and share some poetry or writing and information. So whilst we're waiting for it to grow, I want to show you some puppets that are going to come out today. This is Pachamama. And she says hello and greetings, and I love you so much. This beautiful day of pausing. So greetings. So I'm going to start with a song today. This is from Sweet Honey in the Rock, and it's a blessing song. And here it goes. Excuse my voice. I don't have a great voice, but Pachamama loves when we sing to her. It's an offering. So here goes. For each child that's born, a morning star rises and sings to the universe who you are. And you are the dreams of your grandfathers. You are the prayers of your grandmothers. You are the breath of your ancestors. You are the spirit of love. So we have to remember that a star was born the moment your spirit came to this earth, and every single person on this earth is that special. So it's an honoring day, a day of an equal day and night. It's the earliest vernal equinox in 125 years, and it will be an equal day and night time at, I think it's 10, almost 11 o'clock at night tonight. So I will be gathering with my Peru sisters and offering a prayer dispatch or a despacho for this beautiful Mother Earth who is having her birthing and crowning right now. And we're all in this beautiful time of pausing and going within. So I sing this beautiful song for you. And for anyone that's struggling with their social distancing, and I'm just reaching out across, if you need someone to speak to or FaceTime with or hold space with, I'm here. And even if you need someone to personally come, I can offer that too. So this is a song that all these songs we would sing together in Peru. And they're not Peruvian songs, but as English speakers, we really understand that this Mother Earth, she just loves our voices. So if we sing to her and offer her prayers, it just brings joy to our hearts, when we sing or we're in a jam or something. It's just so much fun. So again, my voice, I'm having a little bit of pollen stuff coming up, but so this is for people that are struggling a little bit today, and so this is something that's going out for them. Courage, my friend, we do not walk alone. We will walk with you and sing your spirit home. Courage, my friend, you do not walk alone. We will walk with you and sing your spirit home. So in gratitude, the Pachamama puppet has come out to say hello on this beautiful vernal equinox day and offer you her utmost love and hugs and honoring. Okay, so one of the things I wanted to share with you to start out with is we're stepping into this land of spirit. And in this land of spirit, they don't have pens. They don't have swords to cut each other. There's no writing, there's no confinement, and they move through space and time without boundaries. And we have to remember in this time that we are spirits before we're the physical. So nobody can take away our rights unless we give them permission to. So I am saying that this is a going home time, an emergence into our spirit time with ourselves. So I am offering you this as a remembering. And I brought one of these cloths that the shamans that I worked with in Peru, they don't have a written language. They have weaving as their language. And all of these weavings and these symbols, they mean things and their connections. And I think about our community here in Southwest Louisiana, how much weaving there is. I mean, we have such a rich community, a weaving of music and song and dancing and food, and we have to remember that as we go into this time, that we have a lot to offer others who have forgotten their community and forgotten their way. So I just want to do an honoring of this local land and remember that all the words we're using now, every word we've always used, can either unite or divide. Duality, division, we're coming out of these places where we have to remember that all is self. And we're going into that time of the sixth sun when if someone's holding up a mirror to you and you don't like what you see, that's something that you might want to look at within. So let that light shine out. Don't look for the light out there to come in. Let the light shine out. And with that, I'm going to introduce you to Father Sun. So here's Father Sun, and he was really excited to come out today because it's really nice and warm here, and he's just like shining kind of out through the clouds, and it's just super exciting to introduce you to Auntie Taita. That is Father Sun, and he's like so excited to be here on this beautiful equinox day. So as I hold Father Sun here, I am going to read to you something that came through me. And again, if you saw my Facebook Live a few days ago, I was sharing about the wisdom of our ancestors And our ancestors are in our children and our grandchildren. So we have to look for their wisdom. We're the keepers, we're the people that are tending the earth to leave to them. This isn't our earth, this is their earth. And so when my little 3-year-old granddaughter Esme said to her mother and father, we're all lost in our homes, I thought that was a very wise thing. And I have been sitting with that for a few days, kind of feeling into it. And this is what came through yesterday in a writing group that I write in. A time of crowning, a birthing is taking place. My 3-year-old wise ancestor states, we are all lost in our homes. Wisdom reaching across generations. It's March 2020, the time and place of a great rest time when the whole planet pauses and rests. A great awakening has begun when those who fill their existence with external doings find themselves with themselves. No place open, no socializing, just the home you have created for yourself. A great homecoming. Sorry, my alarm for 11:11. The Pachamama takes a big breath and says, go home, stay home, I am here. How can we find ourselves lost in our own homes, looking externally for that distraction? Now is the place of inner peace. It calls. This is the time that demands attention. How does one get found in their home? Maybe through gratitude, looking around at all the spring beauty, listening to the birds, the wind chimes, stilling the mind and entering the home of the heart, where the frequency of fear cannot enter. A gift of time has been given, a rest and receiving time. Tapping into the collective unconsciousness, feeling the fear frequencies, and instead of residing in the divided mind, use the fuel to dive deep into the heart mind. Feeling the feeling and holding compassion for those who are lost in their homes. An honoring of our beautiful home, Mother Earth. She is calling us to take our shoes off and walk barefoot, to offer her our love, our fears, our grief, have a conversation and sit and wait till she speaks, for she will. Tomorrow, or today, is a great equalizing day, an equal day and night time, a great balance point, the spring vernal equinox. We will make a despacho, a dispatch, to honor our Mother Earth, digging a hole deep in her belly. We will feed her with our love, our prayers, feed her with fruit and sweets, beer and wine. Yes, the daughters of the Pachamama will meet today to sing songs and celebrate her birthing process. She has been so confused and at times sad because her children have forgotten her. To find home in our homes, we need not look. We need not seek. We need not try. No guilt, no shame, or fear. Your way home is the way of reciprocity. An equal giving and receiving. To find the home within, she calls, are you listening? So I give deep gratitude for this day, for these energies of creation, for this beautiful sun. He gives his blessings to everyone, and there's nothing better for this time than to find that uniqueness, your uniqueness. And today is a beautiful Thursday, which in this beautiful time of a cosmic energy, it's a Jupiter day. So I'm wearing blue for Jupiter. It's an expansion day. It's the number 3, so expansive. So I'm offering this expansiveness and actually my uniqueness so that you can maybe get inspired to find your own uniqueness. This is the time to get yourself off that black mirror, which you're watching right now, and turn yourself like this and go out into nature, because she's got all the answers. All of the answers are in us, because we are the God creator within us. So there's no outside, it's only inside to be looking at. So before I start to read from the other book, I'll show you a few other things I had been working on. So this is these little animals on sticks, and here's a little kitty, and all of these little creatures that we live in, and how we can appreciate our uniqueness and our creativity, and everyone has it in them. So I'm just, humbly kind of show and tell. It's kind of like, let's all be kids and play together. So this is like, I don't know, I guess it's a little bear. And then I have a little bird. There's a little bird. And then I have one more. This is kind of like the wolf. So if anyone didn't know, I had changed my name to Lola Luz, Louluz. And Melissa, thank you so much. She kind of told me what it meant in French. Since I'm in a French-speaking land here, it means water wolf light. So I really like that, water wolf light. So it's kind of where I'm sitting right now in understanding. So today I'm going to read from the Starseed Transmissions, again, Ken Carey, and this was channeled between 1973 and 1985. And so this is from chapter 1, and it's called A Singularity of Consciousness. I come from the presence where there is no time but the eternal now. I retain, even in the midst of this relationship, an awareness of this realm and of the universal being that inhabits it. I come with a message that will prove vital to you in these final days of your history. My individual identity comes into being only as I enter the context of my relationship with you. When I am no longer needed in this capacity, I will merge back into the being behind all being. There I remain in unity and fulfillment until the next impulse comes to send me on another mission. In the interim, there is no distinction between me and the source. I and others of my kind desire at this time to bring humans to the same level of awareness. I am a focus of collective human consciousness, but at this time you have little conception of what that means. You do not yet suspect that the singularity of collective human consciousness might be. You still draw identity from the present form of your expression. You feel defined and limited by flesh and bones. You are only beginning to comprehend your oneness with other forms of life. For me to tell you, with these limited definitions you have for yourself, that I represent an element or a focus of your collective unconsciousness would actually be less accurate than to say that I am an extraterrestrial. I meet the criteria of the latter term in that I come from outside your planetary field of influence. I bring instructions to your race from the destructive organ of the galactic being. So this is a consciousness that is so universal, so big, that you have to put all of it in it. And the Holy Spirit is speaking through all of us. When you remember your true nature and begin to draw identity from the totality of your being, then it could be stated with all the validity that I am an element of your own consciousness. However, at that point, you will no longer perceive me as you do now. When you have awakened to the reality of your true being, you will perceive me with all of your senses being inside yourself. Until then, you perceive me as being outside of yourself. There's the filmiest of screens between your present condition and your true nature. So you think about screens and our screens with our eyes and our screens that we watch, but the way in to find this that's in all of us is in the Christ within. So it's really important to understand where your film is and what you're using as your truth, or your screens for truth. It is our mission to assist you in bridging this gap, to awaken you from sleep, to bring you into the fulfillment of your destiny. The state of consciousness that I represent does not normally verbalize. It is difficult for me to relate that I wish to convey, only that the words and concepts with which you are familiar. Your language was designed to facilitate commerce. What we put together with my meaning. There is another, more ancient language, more conducive to discourse on this level, but you have forgotten it. It is the universal language of light. Its transfer of information is accomplished through the actual projection of living informational units. These units, at once more specific and more inclusive than your words. They have been designed to convey organic information of concise yet comprehensive informational content. Simultaneously with this conceptual communication, you will subliminally receive the same information through this living language of light. Through your preoccupation with words leaves you with no awareness at this time. My work will be complete when I have put you in touch once again with this ancient language, when you have learned to allow silencing of your thoughts and have begun to focus attention on the inner vibrational frequencies. You will become aware of a far more comprehensive picture of all that I am now telling you. Until such time as the life-giving information that comes to you from the source of your being is more readily accessible, I will work within the limitation of your linguistic structure and translate as accurately as I'm able. So this book is, and all of the teachings from my Peruvian shamanic to the Course in Miracles, it all points to the same thing. The God is within, and it's only love. It's just love. If you look out here, there's just abundance, and nature's blooming. It knows how to heal itself. It takes things that are dirty and it cleans it, and it mulches it, and it makes manure that actually we grow our food in. So we actually eat shit. So it's like when you think that there's opposites, that there's this or there's that, there is no this or that. It's all if you can come and see, it's just love. And we have to come from this place of inner knowing within ourselves and wake up to that. Come out of the words. The words are divisions. They're swords. We like to cut people down with what their beliefs are. And in our social networking worlds, we like to divide. And I feel it's a time of coming out of division into wholeness, into balanced vibrations. And I was really kind of doing this deep dive into a cosmic calendar versus the calendar that we have that is run on a time that maybe is not nature's time. So if you came into this expansion day of this Jupiter day and you understand that even in numbers, we've put numbers to money, and numbers are very sacred. So if we took our words and understood that our words are missing half the characters. So if we had 26 characters in our English language, and there's 52 cards in a deck of, and if you looked at the Sanskrit alphabet, it has the full complement of 52 weeks in a year. Well, anyhow, so you can look at this and say that our words actually are not the purest way of communicating. Our light is our purest way of communicating. So our light language comes from this light that's generated as this source. I have this source that's actually like beating my lungs and heart. My innate wisdom of my body knows what to do. I'm not thinking, should I breathe, or should my heart beat, or I should tell my digestion to start now working. It knows what to do. It knows how to clean up things that are not welcome in my body. So my immune system is turned on by my thoughts, because that is like, if we're creator beings, our thoughts are what is the creation. So we have to really watch everything we're saying, because we're manifesting this reality as our collective unconsciousness. So I am so excited that we can change this. If our collective unconsciousness went just to fear, we would be all lost. But if it went to love, What kind of world would that be? And how about spreading that? Like spreading, what would you think? How would you think if you just put out only the most high-level love words, love vibrations, that you supported people in not bringing them down, but lifting and gifting them? To have true reciprocity, true pichayay son cochayay. In Peru, they do not say thank you because that ends the connection. They'll say from my heart to your heart. So if I have two chambers in my heart that are receiving and two chambers that are giving, I am so an equal. There's times that I'll be receiving and then times I will be giving. So in order to be in balance, I have to be kind of really getting that, going in, going deep, and, understanding. So the light language, I love using just sometimes, just going out and making sounds. I've drive around in my car and listen to the land, and sometimes it speaks to me and I'll start singing, but no words, just toning. So, as you're breathing and toning and paying attention to this thing, come out of any place where you're dividing. Come out of any place where there's division. Come out of any place where there's duality. We're in the equal place of day and night. Equal place of day and night. So there's this place where if we came into balance within ourselves and we offered our light to others, it's going to be an amazing world. And this is the time we've been waiting for. We have been waiting our whole lives for that old system, and we've all been complaining about the system and complaining about this, and it's like if we just give that complaining all of our energy and attention and we don't spend any time with creating what we want the world to be like, well then are you part of the problem or you're part of the solution? So I'm like, opportunity is knocking. And what did you do today? I went out to this beautiful garden supply store, Les Straps, out in Grand Coteau, and I bought all of my spring, summer garden plants to plant. And I'll be honoring Pachamama by planting food. And then if I have food to offer, more than welcome to come and share whatever food I have. If it's wisdom, if it's spiritual food, if it's physical food, I do not want to be in a place where I am protecting mine and don't know that all is self. All is self. You are just me. If I'm having a problem with you, it's because I'm having a problem with me. So if you're out there in the world and people having problems, they need more love, not less love. They need more love. And it's so interesting to think when you see somebody having a hard time, you just want to give them back a hard time because it's our innate kind of nature. But how about if we transcended our nature and went into how do we want to build the new world? If this one is not, it's something's happening, it's kind of changing. All around us we see there's a change. Well, how do we dream the new one into being? We have to come out of our mind because our mind only creates from what it has a history of. So we have to break every pattern, every contract, everything that you were taught. You have to come out of history and you have to come into your innate knowledge that's inside of you. Your innate that's breathing you, that's digesting for you, that's doing all of this work that just keeps you healthy. Most people are walking around 100% healthy. They get all these insults, but they just heal it because your immune system, through your thoughts, through the food you eat, through what you're, it's just kind of a freaking amazing thing. It just does it, and you're not even thinking about it. So I just wanted to offer that, and Pachamama, she's so happy to turn it off while I'm on the live. So I'm sorry it keeps going off. But she says, I love you so much on this vernal equinox. We will offer prayers for everyone that's suffering. If there's anything that you need, please reach out. Reach out to your neighbors. Reach out to each other. Reach out. She says, reach out to me. She says, sit on the ground. Take your shoes off. Walk around. Sit here. Offer your prayers. Offer gratitude. And if you want to join 7:30 a.m., 7:30 p.m., I am sitting for 15 minutes in the collective with Pachamama, and just join. Come weave some prayers for her. She is birthing, she is crowning, she is having an amazing experience being able to breathe with everyone stopping and slowing down and stopping and slowing down, and we're all like getting to breathe a little bit. So make sure, if you can, keep your heart open, stay in love, be there for one another. Father, Son, it's his equal day today, so he'll say goodbye too. And in gratitude for this beautiful day and this beautiful life, I give gratitude for this day, for this life. Father, Son, he is offering us his love, his protection on this beautiful Jupiter day. And I offer you my utmost love, respect, honor. And if you're having some problems, reach out. I know that I'm here. And I offer you this. I am so sorry. Please forgive me. Thank you. I love you. And that goes out to every single one of you and to myself. For us to get through this, it's so important to reach out to ourselves, and love each other. In gratitude. Hayaya.